Alright guys, today we are going to be doing another shoot you guys summon. So this time around we are looking at the red element Gundam GP04, and then pilot wise we have a Cima. So when we take a look at a GP04, it doesn't look that bad. Alright, I'm not gonna say that it's bad because there are a lot of really good redeeming factor, which I do like about the unit, but overall I feel like this is just gonna be another skit, unfortunately, like I've been saying for the millionth time for all these standard random units. I think this one specifically I would definitely say for sure, just given the fact that you do have to do high investment with the transcendent skill. What this unit is capable of, I don't really think it's gonna be offering too much in like a future proof way, just because from my experience playing in the JP version, we just have content that are just way longer than more than a minute, for example. With that said, I just feel like with unit like this, especially looking at the skill 1, it's not gonna make the cut. Obviously you do have a really substantial damage boost like right out the gate, but it's gonna start fizzling out, and I feel like you guys can take a look at the DPS charge. It's just gonna start plummeting. So I think if you are trying to go for something that's more future proof that you can eventually use for even a year from now, 2 years from now, I feel like this one may not be the best one to use. Even if you get this unit like a year later or 2 years later down the road, it's gonna be good for sub slot, right? That's eventually gonna come our way. But as of right now, I don't really find this unit too attractive, or especially for my free-to-play players, it's just not really worth your diamonds. So we can just kind of get that out of the way. But what I like about this unit, it kind of gave me like a support type unit vibe from the EX skill. When after you pop the EX skill for 20 seconds, increase beam damage taken by 50% to one enemy. So that is actually a pretty good redeeming factor. So when you are playing content that has one enemy, you can for sure guarantee to kind of debuff your enemy in a way. So that's actually pretty cool. Same thing for the transcendent skill, increase projectile damage taken by 50%. So if your squad or if your team has unit that are able to deal projectile damage, that's gonna be taken into consideration as well. So as far as the support type element, I do really love about this unit. The transcendent skill obviously is not something we will probably talk too much about, because not a lot of people will probably spend like their hard-earned rainbow point into maxing out this unit. But just looking at the beam portion of it, I think a majority of the unit does beam damage. I want to say maybe a good 60% of the game unit does that. So I think it's definitely highly valuable in that sense. The other two skills, like increased accuracy, is obviously pretty good. And then increased damage wise, that's obviously going to be good. So initially, like on the first two transcendent skill like levels, you'll probably get the increased accuracy, and then once you get down to the transcendent skill level 3, that's when you're gonna start trickling in that beam damage. Or I think maybe skill 2 actually has that already. I want to say maybe skill 2. So as far as the actual like that third line of it, you probably won't get it until you hit transcendent skill 5. So definitely very high investment, which I don't think a lot of people are gonna do that. But skill 2 is actually just pretty boring. Increased accuracy, I don't want to say it's boring, but I think it could be more, right? They could definitely add in a little bit more to it, but given that this is a relatively older unit in a way, I think they definitely outdid themselves, right? With the skill 1 already. So let's take a look at the weaponry now. They're actually quite powerful, given the fact that right now we are at level 109. So that's why these stats are looking pretty good, especially the power modifier. But don't really take them as like for real in a way. Just kind of look at them as a face value, because once you level up most of the unit you guys already have in your account, you guys will notice that the power modifier of them kind of progressively increases as your level increases as well. So there is a correlation. So that's why when we are seeing this unit right now, it's like, oh my gosh, it's really powerful. But in an optimal situation, it's pretty normal, right? So yeah, I feel like this unit is just kind of bare bone. It does things that are really constrained in like a good 30 seconds, then you're good. But other than that, for like a future-proof long-term, like a long-form content, I just don't know how much would this unit kind of excel. But for those who are using the unit, definitely let us know the true power behind the unit, because I don't have this in the JP account, so I am unfortunately unable to try that out. But that's pretty much it for the unit. But on the other hand, Cima, she's quite powerful. All right, take a look at the skill 1. Red mobile suits when battle begins for 30 seconds, increase range sense by 128%. That is a whopping big percentage over there. Even though this one is only for 30 seconds, I reckon it's still going to be relatively good in a sense for Palawa specifically. Yeah, this one, if you guys are able to put Sema with like your free tickets, well, I mean, like you have a really good pilot for the time being. It's really outstanding. Future proof wise, I think she is definitely up there. All right, 30 seconds is it's not the shortest time, but it's not the longest, so you're definitely being able to get you know, a little bit of a good leverage out of that. So that's definitely pretty nice for the first skills. Skill 2 is honestly just kind of like, you know, what's going on. Skill 1, or the first description on the skill 2, the lost conflicts. Yeah, that one is kind of niche, man. I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, the lost conflicts is pretty much anything that falls in between, like anything from Stardust Memory from 0083, which I don't, from my recollection, I don't think we have the most diverse unit out of that group specifically that has that category, so that is not the best tag for sure. And this successor unit, I think a lot of unit does have that, but I mean, like, if you're not able to fulfill the other skills requirement, why bother even running this one? So the only real viable one is actually just the Gundam type, so that's not bad. But if you do take a look at it as, say, you know, in the grand scheme of things, you're getting a whopping, what, 35% accuracy in this one, and then if you pair it alongside with the actual unit, yeah, you are on good business, man. Like, this is not a bad pilot for sure as far as what it's doing, but the category that it's offering sucks. But I think the positive definitely overshadowed the weakness of it, because of the massive skill 1 is huge. All right, that is definitely something we kind of overlook. And then having this one Gundam type, definitely a lot of common with a lot of future unit for sure. So it's still not a bad unit. So if you guys do happen to pick it up, or you want to kind of go for a copy, I wouldn't even be opposed to that. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Just gonna be cutting it real short for this review, just because of the fact that we just came back from a extremely limited banner. So I think a lot of people are kind of just winding down, trying to, you know, recollect themselves and then save up for future banners. This one is just unfortunate. I don't really think it's good enough, especially for future proof. Yes, you can say, you know, for the time being, maybe for like a month or two is good, but then what happens after that? Are you just gonna put this one in like your back pocket and forget about it? You know, that's just kind of how I feel. You guys should definitely wait until this unit comes back around on the actual standard pool, like being on these one over here. But at that point in time, you will not have access to the free training skill, so that's definitely something to kind of, you know, address as well. But other than that, that's gonna be pretty much it. So hopefully you guys can make the right decision whether or not you want to summon on a GP04 and Sema or not.